Actually, I just realized I don't actually have a dispenser in order to set up the next part of this. I am so disorganized. What's up, Agents? Zero here. Welcome back to another episode of the Survival Series. This is episode 60, and just as reference for those of you who don't know, every 10 episodes I do like to make a world download of my Let's Play world. So as soon as this episode is over, check the description. Actually, as soon as this episode is over, I'm gonna put the link out there, and then you guys can check out the description whenever you like. So yeah, we're actually starting this episode off in my testing room. As you can tell, I went ahead and switched back to my normal skin, but it's no longer October, so Halloween's done. So yeah, we're in my testing world to start this episode off with, because I have a few things of which I want to show you guys before we actually go ahead and get started. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to show you these builds before I go ahead and put them into my world. So the first thing I'm going to be showing you guys is this thing right here. This is a little bit of a super smelter that I put together. I know it's not very big, but for what I'm trying to accomplish, it doesn't need to be very big. So whenever I'm down in my skeleton farm, I'm getting either levels or I'm trying to repair my mending pickaxes, one of the two. And I'm always ending up getting the chainmail, iron, and gold stuff from the skeletons that drop down. And what I usually end up doing is I take those armor pieces out of the chests, I put them in my inventory, then when I'm all done, I go back up to my house, I smelt them all down, which admittedly isn't really a bad thing. I'm getting iron and gold nuggets out of it. The problem is, whenever I do that, I'm completely filling up my inventory since the armor pieces don't stack up. They're effectively a full stack of items, if that makes any sense. So I decided I want to create like a mini super smelter system that I can use in order to take care of this situation. Now, these are all normal chests, and in case you guys are wondering how I managed to get all these chests to be separated, well, pistons actually will separate these chests out. That's how I did it. So in one of these, I can go ahead and put down gold armor, just like this, and the next one over, I can go ahead and put down iron and chainmail, since they both smelt down into iron nuggets. Okay, so now it actually went ahead and went inside the verse. That's exactly how it's supposed to go. Now inside this chest, I go ahead and put in coal, and what that's going to do is it's going to filter all the way down into this chest. Now, these two furnaces don't exactly even out in coal, so if I go ahead and there's 16, 8, okay, so it is filling up. But this one is actually, it's not exactly easy to tell, but they don't exactly evenly distribute exactly, but they even out pretty well, I'd like to say. Now, the only downside to this is that I don't get any experience out of smelting these items, because when I do smelt out of a furnace, as you guys might already know, you do get some XP out of smelting, but this system, unfortunately, I don't get any XP out of it. But as you can tell, I've already gotten all the nuggets from smelting down the items. So if I go ahead and go inside this chest, well, that wasn't actually a smart idea to do, but they're both empty, and these are both empty. And now they've actually completely filled up with coal. And like I mentioned, it doesn't exactly, okay, so it's still filling up. So this has 28 in it, and this one has 26 in it. So as I mentioned, it's not exactly even. So this is one of the things that we're going to be building in this episode. Now, the other thing we're going to be building in this episode is this system right here. So let me go ahead and explain what's going on with this system before, how this system works before I explain what's going on with the system. So this is something completely brand new. I'm assuming to 1.2, because from previous versions of Minecraft, this is something that observers weren't actually able to do. If I go ahead and flick this lever, as you can tell, it sent a pulse through this block to the other side to this redstone lamp. Observers in this version of Minecraft, actually specifically in Minecraft Pocket Edition, I know this isn't Pocket Edition anymore, this is Better Together, but when was Pocket Edition and observers were introduced, this is something they were not able to do, and I'm actually going to be using this to my advantage. Now over there is actually a basic example of my skeleton farm, and over here is the catching system for, I know there's no chests or hoppers, but it is the exact same thing, but there's no lava in here because I didn't think I need to. So basically here's what's going on. I have a lever right here, a redstone torch off the back, an observer watching that redstone torch, and back here I have a dispenser with a bucket in here, and this water that I have right here is actually what's used to catch the skeletons so they don't take damage. So basically, if I go ahead and flick this lever, it is going to pick the water back up. And if I flick this lever again, it is going to dispense the water back out. Now, there's a reason why I want to put this together, and I'll explain that when we actually get into the survival world, but trust me, this is actually going to be super useful. But you know what, with that out of the way, let's actually jump into my survival world. I've been in this part of the video for long enough at this point. Okay, so I'm back in my survival world. That took long enough. Not that, the fact that I was in my testing world is what I meant by that. Before we go ahead and get started, I actually need to grab a few materials. I need to grab one observer, I need to grab one redstone torch, and that's not what I want to grab. I want to grab one redstone torch, and I do believe I already have a lever down in the well, not in my skeleton farm, I should say. Just to be on the safe side, in case I don't actually have one, I'm gonna go ahead and make a lever really quick. I know I probably should have been a little bit more prepared than this, but you know what, whatever. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and craft myself a lever. This crafting system does come in handy sometimes, but I wish it wasn't there all the time. It's just me personally. Alright, so let's go ahead and head down to the skeleton farm. While I'm down there, I have a question that I want to ask you guys. I need you guys' answer down in the comments section, because this is something that I kind of want to do, and for a reason. So I found out there's a little bit of a bug in the game where Endermen don't actually end up dropping Ender Pearls for whatever reason. I've killed like 4 or 5 of them. And just for reference, I do have looting on my sword, so I'm not really doing all too good for right now. So here's the question I want to ask you guys, and if you guys decide to say no, that's perfectly fine. The reason why I'm asking this of you guys, and no, I don't want to be there, is because I want to know if this is okay. Am I allowed to actually just give myself, I want to say, like 6 ender pearls or something, because I feel like that should be a fair amount to give myself, because the fact that I can't seem to get ender pearls is really annoying. And I just want to make sure it's okay from you guys if I go ahead and actually do that, because it's a bit unfortunate that I can't actually get ender pearls, because I do eventually want to make it to the end and fight the ender dragon, and I can't actually get Eyes of Ender without ender pearls. So that's my question to you. Anyway, enough about that. So we're going to go ahead and get started on actually setting up this system that I want to put in. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and put down 2 of these hoppers just like this. There we go. And if I go ahead and put down the furnaces down just like this, and I just realized I don't actually have a piston on me, so this could be a little bit of a problem. I should have realized I needed a piston. Give me a moment, guys. I'm going to get a piston. Here's the reason why I need a piston. So, when you use pistons to push chests, they will separate. I'm trying to make sure I have 3 separate chests. One for gold items, one for iron items, and then one specifically for coal. I do believe I should have a regular piston back home. I am so disorganized. I need to start getting everything set up. I mean, admittedly, I got all the materials to actually make the smelting system pretty easily, so I at least did that. Yeah, I have a piston right here, and I have a lever that I can use, so that's at least good. So let's go ahead and go back. I was initially going to cut this part out, but I was kind of chatting the entire time. At this point, I'm only going to be cutting out, like, I want to say 10-15 seconds, so it's not going to be worth it to cut this part out anymore. Alright, so now that I have the piston, I should be okay to go ahead and get the rest of this stuff set up. Although now that I'm thinking about it, it might be a little bit difficult to get some of these items where they need to be. I didn't actually realize that. Okay, so let me go ahead and explain why I'm setting up this whole lever system down in here. So if you guys couldn't tell when I first came down here, I not only expanded the size of this area, but at the same time I also ended up decking this out in the polished diorite, andesite, and granite, because that's kind of the theme that I had going on in here. I do like the theme. I figured that would be kind of boring to do that on camera. So I actually set up a bed over here, and for whatever reason a skeleton got caught in the water up there, and so I had to figure out a way to get rid of him, and I think that's actually a smart way to go about doing it. So let me go ahead and put down, I need to put down the hoppers back in here facing into these furnaces. If I can aim this correctly, that would be great. So just like that, and just like that, there we go. So if I go ahead and put down chests just like that, and that should be good. So I need to put down hoppers going in like this, and I need to put down a hopper here, and I need to put down a hopper here. There we go. So now what I need to do is I need to place a chest down. Actually, let me go ahead and get out my, you know what, let's use self-touch, because why not? I need to go ahead and break this block, and I need to go ahead and put down piston facing in this direction. So if I go ahead and put down a chest here, go ahead and crouch down so I can place down these remaining chests. So now if I go ahead and get out this lever, and I place the lever down right here. Yep, that did exactly what I wanted to. It separated the chests out. Okay. So let me go ahead and pick up this lever, because I'm going to need this, and okay, I did get it. Good. The reason why I was worried about picking it back up is strictly because in case the hoppers manage to get it, and I do want to go ahead and fill this hole back in. I've got efficiency on this pickaxe, so it went right through. So I want to go ahead and fill this back in. So if I go ahead and put these 2 blocks back where they go, and the reason why I have these holes where they are is so that I can actually get in the chest. If I didn't have them, well, it's fairly obvious. You guys should know how this works. Something I didn't realize is that how big of an area is going to be back in here. I'm definitely going to want to fill that in. Something I did go ahead and do is, let me go ahead and get out my fortune pickaxes. I was mining again, and I got myself some coal ore, and I'm going to use this coal ore and my fortune pickaxe to actually go ahead and get myself a decent amount of coal to start this off with, or at least that's the plan, to have a decent amount of coal. So I'm going to go ahead and break all of this up and hopefully have plenty of coal to put in the system. So let's go ahead and see how much coal we actually end up getting. So far we have 4 coal, and hopefully I don't break into the ceiling doing this, because, well, I have efficiency on. I said that earlier, so it's be kind of obvious if that happened. So as soon as I get this done, I'm gonna work on. Actually, I just realized I don't actually have a dispenser in order to set up the next part of this. I am so disorganized. Alright, so let's see how much we have. 60 coal, so it's actually not too bad. So that's good to start off. I have plenty of coal back at home to start things off with. And you know what? Let's go ahead and sleep really quick since I'm right here. Man, I forgot to get a dispenser, and I don't even have a bucket either. So actually, it's something I could probably do while I'm here. Is I'm gonna go ahead and pick up an iron frame. Let me go ahead and pull out just 1 piece of coal. I don't know how easily I'm gonna be able to do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out 1 piece of coal, and let me go ahead and pull out these items to smelt. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in this chest is gonna be iron, and in this chest is going to be gold. If I go ahead and put down these item frames just like this, and inside of this I'm going to go ahead and put down coal, and then as soon as these items smelt down, I'm going to go ahead, yeah, I've got enough to do that, so let's go ahead and put gold here, iron in here. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and run back home. I'm going to grab a dispenser and a bucket, because for whatever reason I am so disorganized to the point where I forget items that I am going to end up needing. And I'll meet you guys back down in the skeleton farm. This time I am actually going to cut this part out and not talk the entire time, because that was kind of not the best thing. And hey, you know what? While I'm here, let's go ahead and kill this Enderman and give you guys proof that these guys are actually not actually dropping Ender Pearls. This is the reason why I said I wanted to give myself Ender Pearls, and why I asked you guys if that was okay. Where did he go? Is he gone? I think he's gone. Well, I guess I'm not going to show that part off. Just trust me, I have not been getting Ender Pearls from these guys at all, and apparently there are other people that have had this problem. Oh, he's over there. You know what, I'm just going to leave him alone, just because I don't want to have to walk all the way over there to get them. Yeah, at this point I am going to go ahead and cut this part off. Wasted enough time, and that's not the right chest. Okay, so I'm back on my way down to the skeleton farm. That took long enough. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. And because I am technically using observers, there is technically another project that I want to get done that uses observers. But I don't know if I'm going to have time to be able to do that in this video. Not necessarily saying that I'm restricted by YouTube, because that's not the case. I can actually technically go on as long as I really want to. Let's go ahead and pull this out just to make sure that I don't get well, lava on me. So let me go ahead and... Oh, I still have my fortune pick on me. That explains why that's cobblestone. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull out... Well, I've got everything in my hotbar that I don't need to have in my hotbar. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this up. And if I go ahead and put down... I need to crouch first. Go ahead and do that. And I do believe... Yeah, let's go ahead and get out the dispenser. So I do believe if I just jump up and do that... Yep, there we go. So now what I need to do is I need to go back here and actually go ahead and set this up, which I need to make sure I have enough blocks to build upward to do this, which I didn't do initially. I know, I am so disorganized, it's not funny, at least not on my end. So I need to... Oh, hold on, something that should probably be easier is if I take out this wall right here, then I should be able to, if I just put this back here, and then the lever will go back here, just like that. The redstone torch will go off the back of this. And now if I go ahead and break out a few extra blocks, there's another project that I want to get done using observers, but I don't know if I'm gonna... Whoa, gravel, I did not realize that. Let's go ahead and light this section back up, because this is something I didn't realize was going to happen. Alright, there we go. So I want to try to, something I would like to try to do is set up my crop farm so that I can activate it with a lever instead of a button, because I feel like that would be a whole heck of a lot easier. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that in this video. I'm probably going to have to wait until after this video's over and maybe get that done off camera before I make the world available, is probably what I'm going to end up doing, just to make things a little bit simpler on my end. So there we go, that's been filled in. So now if I go ahead and come in here, let's go ahead and let's put in the water. And if I go back, whoa, this could be a little bit of a problem. Actually, no, it shouldn't be. If I go ahead and flick this lever down, yeah, there we go. If I go ahead and put the water bucket inside this dispenser now, yeah, that makes things a little bit easier. So if I do that, yep, it put the water back exactly as I expected. And let's go ahead and see if I can pick up... Can I not get in here? Yes, I can. I'm being an idiot. No, it doesn't look like I got that back. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and put this back. So I need to put this here. This goes here. And I do believe, yeah, I have one more polished diary, so I can put that back here. So now I have a release system. So say a skeleton gets stuck up in that water stream, which is something that happened, as I mentioned, that happened recently, because I tried to sleep down here and that skeleton that was up there was preventing me from doing that. So I'm not entirely sure what I did in order to actually get that to actually spit it out. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go ahead and grab this cobblestone. You know what? I don't actually need this cobblestone for anything, so I can go ahead and throw this out. And all things considered, I don't need the flint, and I don't need the gravel either. That garbage can that I built is coming so handy. So other than that, that's pretty much everything I do want to go ahead and get done as far as this project is concerned. Let me go ahead and put a torch down back here, because why the heck not? Can I reach right there? There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and get actually, I might be able to just go ahead and pick up some of the blocks down in here. I can go ahead and pick this block up, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up a few blocks down in here, because why the heck not? So I can go ahead and fill in right here, and if I go ahead and put this die right back, I can go ahead and put down some of this stuff back just like this, and I can go ahead and put down this granite back here just like that, and that should cover everything up. So it actually looks pretty good. Now there is something I technically would like to try to get done, and that's get a little extra levels, because if I come in here, I've got a bunch of lapis, and back at home I have, I think, like 4 blocks of diamonds. I do want to try to make a new set of armor, because this armor is almost beaten. It's also got the blast protection and fire protection. I want just regular protection, so that's something I'm going to be doing sometime in the future. But other than that, I think that's actually going to have to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that like button. One more than make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching. Just as a reminder, there will be a download link in the description to this world, so if you guys want to play on it yourself, you can. And actually, there is one thing that I was going to mention that I completely forgot about, is that in here, this is where I'm going to store all my stone swords from now on, and this is so I can make myself some extra stone swords. So no more having to get the stone swords up in my house. I can now just simply come straight down here. The swords will already be here. That's going to make things a whole heck of a lot easier. Yeah, that's something I was going to mention earlier, but I completely forgot about, and I actually remembered that as the video was ending off. But yeah, with that, I will see you guys later.